Hi, and this is Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, and today's my first ever video, so please be kind to me. And today I'm going to make a wing opening cube box. There's two sizes. I'm going to make the larger one of the two, but I want to show you the two different ways you can have it opening. This is the first one where both open out together like so. And the second one, which is the one I'm going to make today, is this one here, which is a larger one. So just take those slightly larger gifts. And actually I've done it so that it opens up one either side, which I think is rather nice as well. Okay, so this one's using Island Indigo, but what I'm going to make with you today is using the Stampin Up Rose Red, which is from the Regals range. So to start, what you need is a piece of cardstock, which is 8 1/4 inches by 8 1/4 inches, and you're going to score this at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 inches. And once you've scored it, turn through 90 degrees and the same again. So you've got 9 equal sized boxes. And once you've done those, then you need to fold and burnish all of your score lines. This gives you a nice sort of crisp shape to your box. And once you've done that, then you're going to cut up on the 4 sides to make the flaps to fold up to the box. Now I'd like to do one flap on square boxes on either side, and that's so that you get the extra layer of cardstock on each side rather than having a double thickness, which can be a little bit awkward at times. So having cut up on all 4 sides, okay, then what I do then is take about 1/3 of the card off the tab and notch each of the tabs as well. This is so that when you actually make your box, it's going to sit nice and square. Okay, so again, about 1/3 and cut a notch up. So again, 1/3 and a notch, and on the last one about 1/3 and again notch. Okay, so I get rid of the scraps. So you're left with a piece of cardstock that looks like that. So having done that, next you need to glue the sides, and to do this I'm going to turn it back over and put tape on the inside of each of those flaps. And I like to use the red sticky tape when I'm making boxes. I find it just holds that much better. But I know it can be awkward to get that red lining tape off, so I'll just show you a little trick which hopefully will work. So when you put your tape on, I find usually just burnish the tape down with your bone folder, and usually you should just then be able to lift the edge up, which of course it won't now for me. So I find, just as you can see, a corner of a blade or a pokey tool does the trick. There we go. Okay, so once you take the tape off, then just line up the edges of the boxes. So there's your box base. So just put that to one side for a moment. And next you need to make the two wings, and to make this you need two pieces of cardstock, each 5.5 by 5.5 inches, and you need to score down the middle of that at 2 3/4 inches again, turn through 90 degrees, 2 3/4 inches. And then what you're going to do is actually trim this down, which you can do either using a trimmer or using a ruler and a knife. So all you need to do it on your trimmer is, with those two score lines, just line them up along the cutting mark, and then you're going to do that on 3 of them. So I've got my Stampin' trimmer here, which is a lovely, because it's got both the scoring and the cutting tool at either end. So you can see there, just lining that up and trimming. And then the 4th one, you want to actually score this one, not cut it. So put it to the top and use your scoring tool just to score. Okay. So having done that, again you need to fold and varnish. Okay, and now what you need to do is, with the point to your left, this bottom right line, you're going to cut up just this middle score line, okay, to create a flap. Now that you've done that, you can now decorate it with some designer series paper, and because I'm using the rose red regals, I've got some pieces here which I've cut, which again they're slightly smaller. They're 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, which again I've cut into a triangle. And all you need to do is just add a little bit of, I like to use wet glue for this, because I find it just gives you a little bit of wriggle room. So when you're putting it on, just pop it on the corner there. Okay, so again, a little bit of wriggle room. And what you're going to do is stick your design series paper on 3 of the 4 triangles. So on this one, you see, just need that bit of wriggle there, a little bit more glue. Okay. So as you can see on this one, which I've done earlier, I've left this portion ready for gluing, and on this one I've left the bottom portion for gluing, and that's so you can create a left hand and a right hand corner. So all you need to do then is add some glue, and I'm using the Tombow glue here. And what I'm actually going to do is just set that to one side to set a little bit, so that it makes it a bit easier for it to hold. So put those to one side, and while we're doing that, we're actually going to do the flowers for the top. And to make the flowers, I'm using a lovely stamp set called Mixed Bunch, which is this one here, which has got 3 large flowers and 3 smaller ones, and that's from again from Stampin' Up, and it coordinates with the large blossom punch here. Now a useful tip here is, if you haven't got all of the ink pads, which we don't all have, much as we might like them, actually a useful way to build up your stash of ink pads to match is actually to buy the Stampin' Right markers. And you'll see this one here is a rose red, and at the one end is a bullet point which you can write with, and at the other end is the brush tip which we're going to use. So I've put my stamp onto a block, one that I happen to have handy, and all I'm going to do is literally just colour in at the flower, just from the middle going outwards, almost to sort of replicate the sort of the stripes, natural stripes that you get in flowers, sort of the veins. You'll see there, just covering and then just going over the centre. So having done that, I'm just going to huff a little bit on it. That's just to make sure it is nice and nicely inked up and moist, ready to stamp. So just a piece of Whisper White, pop it down, and there you see you've got a nicely inked stamp with a little bit of texture to it as well. Then all you do is use the punch upside down to line up where you've already inked, and you can see there's a little white border around there. Okay. And there's your flower. Okay, so having made your flower, I'm going to shape it a little bit now as well. So to do that, I'm just going to cut down in between the petals, just to give it a little bit more room to shape it. So in between each of those petals, and then just use anything you've got, which is so the end of a pencil, I've got the end of a pokey tool here, and I'm just curling the petal over the edge, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. And you see, just rolling it down on the end. And then once I've done that, I put it in the palm of my hand. Just use the end of your scissors just to shape the centre. You see it gives a nice little bit of dimension. So I've got one I've already done for those, and I'm just going to use a dimensional in the middle there. So these are the foam pads by Stampin Up, and literally all I'm going to do is just offset the one slightly from the other to give a slightly raised flower. So put that to one side, and we can go back now to our two corner pieces. So having let the glue set for a little bit, all you're going to do is just fold over to create a corner. As you can see, that's holding quite nicely now without any problem. I'm going to do the same on this one. I've got a little bit much glue on the end there, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that off and spread that to stop it oozing too much when I fold it over. So again, the other direction, make my second corner there. Okay, then bring the box back in, and what you're going to do is you've now got two corners, as you can see here, and so you can either put them on together that way, have the opening, or the way I've designed it this time is so you do opposites, and then you can see a rather nice effect on the box. So having put them on, I usually place them on so I know where I'm putting them. Again, some wet glue, that one there, turn it round, the other one on. Okay, just hold that for a few seconds, and while that's drying, you get another dimensional, and you're going to put that on one of the tabs, just right up at the edge in the middle, and give it a good press down. Take the lining paper off, and then centralise your flower, open it up slightly, and give it a good squeeze. That's so it isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, and all that remains to do is to take a piece of ribbon, which you'll see here I've already cut to length and cut into, I've put together with a couple of glue dots, and then that sits very nicely over the top. Just put it over the top, slide it down, and just squeeze slightly to go over the back. And there you go. Hopefully a very pretty gift box that would suit all sorts of occasions, and the colour could be changed to suit anything that you're doing. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll put all the dimensions on my blog as well, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much.